Okay, guys. So tonight's session of Mindset Mondays is on increasing self-belief. I want to premise that by saying, what is belief? I like to use the definition of a belief is a feeling of certainty that we have within us that something is real or true. You know, all of us have different levels of belief. I like to think that belief is not binary. If I say to you, I like this person, they're a good person, I've got a level of belief, a feeling of certainty about how sure I am of that belief. Now, I also like to think that our beliefs are supported by points of reference. The reason I like someone is because I've got many examples in my mind of why they are a good person. You know, I like to think that, yeah, belief isn't binary. It's like a sliding scale. It's like a question of how much do you believe? How many points of reference do I have to support this belief? I like to think of it as when you believe something to be true, you feel it. You feel the truth within it. That's essentially what it comes down to. And if you've got a lot of points of reference, you're probably not up to changing it. If you don't have many, then you're probably up to changing it. Like, I like Tom Hanks. I think he's a good actor. I think he's a pretty cool person. But if someone presented me with a lot of evidence that he wasn't a great guy, I'd be up for changing that. But then I've got other beliefs that are really strong. Like, I think my mom's fantastic. You could give me 20 references of how she's been mean at sometimes, short with someone, and I would probably just reason that off by saying, oh, well, she was probably in a bad mood when you met her. She's a lovely human being. She probably wasn't thinking straight. She might have been drunk at the time or something like that. We defend our beliefs. We have a story about them and we make up any excuse for why that is true. You know, I think it's really important to understand this points of reference thing because when it comes to us going after our goals, it's that feeling of certainty that we have within ourselves about whether we can do it or not. And I think Napoleon put it very well when he said, there is a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief and not mere hope or wish. Now, I think that that's really beautiful because there's so many times that people are saying to themselves, yep, all right, my goal is to go to the gym. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to get healthy. But then they think about all the times that they've gone after that before, and they've got so many points of reference where they haven't followed through, where they've let themselves down. So there's no real certainty in their voice. You can tell, you can hear it. We've all met someone who's just so adamant about something because they believe it so fully. But unfortunately, when it comes to our goals, a lot of the time we just don't believe in ourselves, in the universe, in something that's going to help us get there. There was a story from the Bible, and I've heard it third party, so I haven't read it in the Bible, so I don't know if it's right in there or not, so don't quote me on this. But the story was that belief within yourself creates a feeling which is called expectation. And the story was all the people, when Moses was walking them through the desert, they came up to him and said, God has forsaken us. It hasn't rained. We've got no water. We're all going to die. And Moses said to them, okay, go pray to God for water. Pray for it to rain. And they said, okay. And they went away and they all prayed. And they came back the next day and said, oh, no, Moses, God has forsaken us. It hasn't rained. And Moses said, where are the ditches? And they're like, what? He goes, well, when it rains, or when we know it's going to rain, we dig ditches to catch the water. Where are the ditches? You haven't dug them because you don't expect it. And here's the thing, if you expected that you were going to follow through on your goals, if you expected that you're going to get that partner, if you expected that you're going to earn that $20,000, what would you do differently? You'd probably start planning where you're going to move to. You'd probably start planning holidays. You'd probably go sell all your clothes, buy the clothes that you're going to be fitting into in the next few weeks because you're so sure. A few of you have mentioned that you're moving house. I'm sure that you expected to move house when that date came. So you started packing, you started getting ready for it. When a lot of people come to their goals, they say that they want it, but they don't expect it. So they're not planning for it, they're not preparing for it. And that's a sure sign that they don't believe. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a journaling exercise to smash down some of those beliefs, to question them, to look at those pillars of reference that we have and question them. You know, one of the most powerful things my coach ever did for me was when I had chronic fatigue syndrome, I'm like, I'm sick. I've always been sick. I'm always going to be sick. I'll never have any energy. And she said, okay, didn't you used to play tennis a lot when you were younger? I'm like, yeah. She's like, how much tennis have you ever played in a day? I'm like, well, I played 13 sets in a day once. And she's like, well, could a person who's not capable of being healthy ever play 13 sets of singles in a day? Well, probably not. She's like, last week, how many hours did you do at work? I'm like, well, I did like 30. She's like, could someone who has no energy at all work 30 hours? I'm like, well, probably not. It's in a factory, it's in a physical thing. And she got me questioning why I believed that I couldn't be healthy. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to question those points of reference. So what I'd love for you to do right now is just take a pen and paper. You can open a new document on your device if you'd like to, but just write down Mindset Mondays, increasing self-belief. Mindset Mondays, increasing self-belief, and the date, which is the 4th of the 8th, 2025. Now, journal prompt number 1. I want you to think about something you want to achieve, and I want you to write it down. And you can answer number 1 by writing, what I want to achieve is. What I want to achieve is. Maybe it's an income, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a weight, maybe it's moving interstate, maybe it's getting a job that you enjoy. I want you to just write down one thing, the thing that comes to mind that you want the most. What I want to achieve is. Maybe it's very specific, maybe it's a bit more vague. That's okay. If it's, I want to achieve self-love, I want to achieve, forgiving myself, whatever it is for you. And once you've got something, just give me a thumbs up emoji just to let me know that you've got something. Thanks, Tash. You can use the reactions button down the bottom if you want. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, Isabel. Once we get one more, we'll move on to the next question. Thanks, Mel. Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. Now, question number 2. I want you to write down, this might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but just go with me on this one. Write down the doubts you have about your ability to achieve this goal in dot points. So I want you to make the unconscious conscious here, and you can answer this by writing the doubts I have about my ability to achieve this are. The doubts I have about my ability to achieve this are. Just write them down in dot points. If it's about money, maybe I've never earned close to that before. If it's about a relationship, I'm not very good at conversing or communicating. Whatever your doubts are. If you need to, just take a deep breath. This is not a chance to beat yourself up. It's just a chance to tell yourself the truth. Again, just take a deep breath whenever you need to. Deep breath out. All right. Now, hopefully you've got maybe 1, 2, or 3, maybe 4 doubts. That's okay. What I want you to do now is I want you to underline the one that you feel like it's really getting in the way of your ability to succeed at your goal. So have a look at the dot points you just wrote. Have a look at your goal. And be honest with yourself. Which one of those doubts or worries do you think is really hindering you the most? All right. Has everyone got one? Thanks, Mel. Once we get a couple more thumbs up, thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Tashi. Amazing. Amazing. I don't know why I said Tashi then. Never called you that before, Tash. I do apologize. Anu, Anuska, perfect. Tracy, amazing. Zoran, perfect. Now, again, this might feel very counterintuitive, but number 3, I want you to write down 3 observations or reasons for why you believe this doubt that you have about yourself. Maybe it's a point of reference, and I want you to put them as A, B, and C. Write down 3 observations or reasons why you believe. If your limiting belief is, I'm not smart enough, maybe you've got 3 reasons why you believe it. I don't have the time. Maybe you've got 3 reasons or examples of why it's true. If you need to, just take a deep breath while you're doing this. If anything's coming up for you, that's okay. And if you're really struggling to have an observation, that's okay. You can have 1 or 2, that's okay. All right. We all got 3, A, B, and C. Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, Tracy. Perfect. Thanks, Tash. Thanks, Mel. All right, amazing. Now, question number 4. I want you to look at each of these things that you just wrote down, each of these examples or reasons that you have. And what I want you to do is I want you to disprove each one of them. For number 4, each line, if you wrote down, well, I didn't finish high school, so that makes me not smart. I want you to write down, well, what I actually did do was I've learnt a new job and I've done this thing anyway. So for each one, make it an A, B, and C. I want you to write down an example or an observation for why that thing is not 100% true. So take A, B, and C from 3. And number 4, A, B, and C, a reason or an observation why that's not 100% true. If you find this difficult, good. The harder it is, the more beneficial it is. If you're really having to think, amazing. That is perfect. You're working your mind, and that's really good. Again, if you need to take a deep breath at any point, go for it. All right, amazing. Doing really well, guys. You're doing really well. We've got a few more to go. A few more journaling prompts to go. Now, number 5, I want you to write out what is the exact opposite of the limiting belief you underlined for question number 2. So I want you to have a look at what you underlined from number 2, and I want you to write out the exact opposite. If you wrote down, I'm not smart, write down, I'm extremely intelligent, or I am intelligent. If you wrote down, I'll never be rich, write down, I know it's my destiny to be rich. Whatever it is. And as you're writing down that, just noticing how you're feeling as you're writing it, whether you're feeling excited, whether you're feeling nervous, whatever you're feeling, that's fine. Has everyone got that done? Give me a thumbs up when you're there. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Tash. Thanks, Zoran. Isabel. Perfect. Perfect. Do them well, guys. Do them well. Now, number 6, and I love this one. I think this one's my favorite one. I want you to write down 5 thoughts, observations, or reasons that support or prove this new belief is true. And I want you to do it in dot points again. And you can answer it if you want to have a bit of a runway into it by saying, I know that my new belief is true because. I know that my new belief is true because. And think about times when it has been true. It doesn't have to be a point of reference. It can also be a reason why you know it can be true. Again, if you have to think, awesome. It's not a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that this is a great exercise for you. Same way that if you went to the gym and everything was easy, you know you're not growing. If you're struggling, you're huffing and puffing and straining, you know that you're building, you're growing. Same with this. And take a deep breath whenever you need to. And maybe some of these answers sound or feel like a stretch. That's okay. If you look for enough reasons why something is true, eventually you'll find something. If you doubt that, just know that there's people out there that think the world is flat. Maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Just noticing how your energy shifts as you're doing this. All right, amazing. Now, if you've got 5, that's awesome. If you're not there yet, that's all right. Leave some space. We're going to jump into our last question. I love this one. This is number 7. How do you feel about your ability to succeed at your goal now? How do you feel about your ability to succeed at your goal now? And you can answer this by writing out, I now believe, and just let it flow. Number 7, I now believe, maybe it's that if I put in effort, I will succeed at this. That I do have enough intelligence or drive to do this. What is it that you now believe? Take a deep breath whenever you need to. Just let the pen flow. All right, amazing work, guys. Amazing work. And if you feel complete, you can put your pen down and just give yourself a pat on the back for doing this. Like literally reach around, give yourself a pat on the back. This is a powerful belief shifting exercise. Looking for points of reference, taking them down, looking for reasons why they're not true, building some new points of reference that support the new belief, and then feeling into it. It's a really powerful exercise. If you ever need to do it, there you go. You've got it there. You can look through this journal prompts and you can just do it again a few times. I highly suggest doing it every day for like 21 days if you really want to shift the belief. It's really good. Now, we are going to jump into our guided visualization. Might go a little bit over. I do apologize for that. This journaling exercise, it's a bit of a longer one, but I like it because it's a bit more, covers everything. It's not just I believe and this, it's like having a look at all the points of reference. But we are going to jump into our visualization / guided meditation. So just take a moment to stretch out if you need to, shake your arms, jump around, do star jumps. We are going to be seated for about, I'll keep it nice and short. We'll do for about 8 to 10 minutes. But just take a moment to get yourself nice and comfortable. If you need to turn lights off, if you need to put a pillow underneath you, just take a moment to get yourself nice and comfortable. And I am going to play some meditation music for us to jump into this. And I want you to just take a moment to let yourself arrive into the space, get comfortable. Do any last minute adjustments that you need to do, adjustments, sorry. And just start rolling your shoulders back and forward, loosening up anything as you're slowly arriving into stillness. Keeping your back nice and straight, pulling your shoulders back just gently, and just letting your head sit nice and tall. Allow your hands to rest in your lap somewhere where they feel comfortable, either on your thighs, maybe even touching if that feels good. And I want you to slowly just take a deep breath with me all the way in through your nose, all the way out through your mouth, and just gently close your eyes. Just arrive into the space. Let yourself become comfortable with just being still. Remove any expectations of yourself, any need to do this perfectly or to achieve anything. Just give yourself permission to be here, to be guided. Take any pressure that you're feeling completely off you. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And what we're going to do now to fully relax is we're going to do 10 really deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. And when we breathe in, imagine that there's a hook on the top of your head that's pulling you up towards the ceiling. And when you breathe out, allow your whole body to just fall down and relax. We'll do our first inhale together. We're going to do 10 deep breaths. We'll do our first inhale together in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in through your nose all the way in. Feel your body expand to the ceiling and breathe out all the way out, letting yourself relax. Breathe in all the way in, rising up, filling your whole body. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in, really deep breath, and breathe out all the way out. Allow yourself to feel into the flow. Breathe in all the way in. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in. Let yourself smile a little bit, enjoy it. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in, expanding upwards. Breathe out all the way out. Breathe in all the way in, really deep breath. Breathe out all the way out. We're going to do 2 more. Breathe in all the way in, really deep breath. And breathe out all the way out. Let yourself relax. And last one, deep breath in, all the way in. Feel your whole body expand upwards. And breathe out all the way out, allowing yourself to completely relax. And just letting your breathing return to normal and just noticing for a moment here how you feel. And as you're noticing how you feel, I want you to imagine in your mind that you're walking along a beautiful path. It's going through a beautiful park alongside a beautiful river. And as you're walking along this path, hearing the birds, feeling the sun on your skin, noticing how beautiful the day is, you look down at the river and you realize that for some reason at this part of the river, it's only running at a trickle of a stream. The river's at least 20 meters wide, and in the middle of it, there's just this little stream, only about 1 meter wide, running through the middle of it. And you now find yourself in bathers, and you're walking down to this tiny trickle of a stream in the river. You've taken your shoes off, you've got a towel, it's on the bank, and just walking down to it barefoot in your bathers. And as you get down to the stream, you decide to just put your legs in. And you are now in the water. It's just running gently around your body, only up to about your knees. And you look up further, up the stream, and you can see that there's a big block in the river, a big dam. All the water wants to flow, but it's not being able to flow right now because it's been blocked. And something inside of you tells you that this river, this stream, it represents your level of self-belief. And right now, just a little bit of self-belief is running through you right now. But you want to experience more. You want to feel courageous. You want to believe in yourself with certainty. You want this river to flow. You want everything to feel easier. So you turn and you look up at this dam and you want it to break. And with your gaze, you can feel yourself staring at it, saying, I want to believe in myself. And you can see some cracks start to form on the sides. And a part of it breaks away, and you can see more water flowing down towards you. And this water reaches you, gently trickling around you. You can feel it moving up to around your pelvis. And you can feel this beautiful energy in the water. It feels like confidence. It feels like belief in yourself. And you can feel it around you. It just feels so nice. Take a deep breath into this increased feeling of belief. You reach down, put your hands in it. It feels so nice. It feels so good. This water has beautiful power to it. But you want more. You want more self-belief. So you look up at that dam again and say, I want to believe in myself. I want to love myself. I want to have confidence. And you see more of the river start to break. You see the top part of the dam spill over and more water starts moving towards you. And you feel it break against your skin, and now the water is up around your navel. And you feel this beautiful energy flowing to you. You feel powerful. You feel like you can do anything. And you take a deep breath into this increased feeling of self-belief. And now you look up the stream and you go, that's it. I want all the self-belief. I want to feel that energy all around my body. And with your focus staring at it, you want it to break. You want to feel that power. And under your gaze, you see it start to crumble and break, and the whole dam comes down. And you can see this water moving towards you. You can feel it moving around your body, and it lifts you off your feet in a most gentle, beautiful way. You now feel all this self-belief just flowing freely to and around you, and now you're floating in it. You're just floating there, swimming around in it. It feels so good. You see the color of the water is this beautiful golden clear. You can see the sun glinting off it, and it feels so good to swim, to float in this beautiful water. And you feel your whole body just filling with self-belief, self-confidence. You feel like you could do anything. Take a deep breath into that feeling. Deep breath out. And as you're sitting there swimming around, you notice that on the bank, a few people that you really care about have gathered. And they're sitting there and they're smiling down at you, and they're all cheering, clapping, saying, well done, we knew you could do it. And they're in their bathers and they jump into the water. And they're splashing around, swimming, smiling, laughing. And you're just floating around, enjoying it. Enjoying how your self-belief is bringing this joy to all the people that you care about. And as they swim in this river, they're being cleansed, they're being cleaned. You can see smiles, peace, confidence, belief on their faces as well. As they float around you, smiling, saying well done, saying thank you. Take a deep breath into that feeling. And imagine that they all turn to you, say thank you so much for this, and they All swim back to the shore, get out, wave goodbye. But they all look transformed. They all look so happy for you. And I want you to just take the next 30 seconds to just swim around in this beautiful feeling of self-belief floating all around you. Take a deep breath into it, deep breath out, and just enjoy the next 30 seconds floating in a river of self-belief. And I want you to, as you're floating here, make a commitment to yourself. I'm going to stop doubting myself. I'm going to allow self-belief to run to and through me. I'm going to allow myself to believe in myself. And just take a deep breath into that intention. Deep breath out. And imagine in your mind swimming over to the bank of the river, hopping out, drying yourself off with a towel, looking back at this beautiful river that's flowing, the energy of it. Allow yourself to smile. And just know anytime that you want to feel self-belief, you can come back to this practice. You can come back to this feeling. You can come back to this river and go for a swim whenever you want. And with a deep breath in, deep breath out. Let the river fade from your mind as you see yourself slowly walking away from it, and the image is slowly disappearing as you slowly come back into your own body where you are right now. Start noticing the temperature of the room that you're in, the feeling of your body on the surface beneath you. And with a deep breath in through your nose, deep breath out, you can gently invite some gentle motion into your body. You can wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can start to move your neck from side to side. Just slowly coming back into your body. And with another deep breath in and a deep breath out, you can slowly open your eyes. Welcome back and well done. Well done, everyone. Just taking a moment to do anything you need to do. If you need to stretch, if you need to write something down, whatever feels authentic, whatever feels like what you need to do, that is amazing. Now, the way that these sessions run is that I do stop the recording and I open it up to you guys to share any takeaways that you have, any questions you might have. And if anything came up for you that you want to talk about, please reach out to me on Meetup. You can send me a message. If you want to add me on social media, feel free to do that. David Keith Turner Coaching on all social media platforms. But thank yourself for just being here, for coming along, doing something like this. Maybe it was easy, maybe it was challenging, whatever it was. Well done for coming here. I'm just going to read some of the messages. No worries, Isabel, Zoran, Brittany, you're so welcome. Tash, amazing. Sel, Why is it that I get so many ideas during meditation? It's because you're probably letting your conscious mind shut down a little bit and just kind of go into inspiration, not stress, which is which is good. It's good. A lot of great inventors meditated or went for walks. They'd want to, let the ideas flow to them when they're in a relaxed state. Whenever you're hyper stressed, it's really hard to be in a creative state. Mel, no worries. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mel. Cheryl, no worries. Luke, no worries, Luke. Glad you enjoyed it. Sal, thank you. Anissa, amazing, amazing. Well, thanks so much for coming along, guys. Like I said, I'm just going to end the recording and then we'll jump into, yeah, letting everyone have a share.